Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and today we are gonna talk about my Saint Laurent Look camera bag, the quality issues part 3. So in this video, I'm gonna go through the whole Saint Laurent repair process. What were the steps, communication, timeline. As you can see, I have received my bag back now. And kind of like, what did they do? Did they actually do anything? And then end this video on why I will now sell my Saint Laurent camera bag. If you have been following this saga for the part 1 and 2, you probably have heard me saying that my Saint Laurent Look camera bag, so this particular bag, within 9 months of age, I noticed some quality issues, especially in the attachment of the shoulder strap. I will insert some photos of what I noticed when this bag was 9 months old, and that was in the springtime, by the way. So as it has been like the summer in between and so on, this part 3 comes a bit later than when I actually received the bag, but you will hear the actual timeline of everything. And I actually made my part 1 video, although I wasn't aware that it was gonna be like a 3-part video series at that time. But I made the first video of this, and my point was kind of like, I've noticed that the strap is kind of, there's some glazing issues, it's just like falling apart, and I was just very concerned if that would kind of happen on my watch in a way. And I did ask you, should I sell the bag and kind of minimize my losses and hope that it won't break on me? Or is this normal, and so on. And there were some very lovely commenters who suggested that I would actually check with Saint Laurent if they would repair the strap, because Saint Laurent bags should come with a 2-year warranty. Also, I got some confirmation that my thoughts of the strap holding up were correct, and that shouldn't really happen, and that was really nice. I love this community for that reason in particular, that we can kind of ask questions and get support with things that I wouldn't otherwise get or have, so thank you. But yeah, there were also a few people who commented that unfortunately their Saint Laurent bag had exactly the same thing, and also that Saint Laurent's responses to these type of quality issues could also be its normal wear and tear. So I didn't really know what to expect. But because of that video, I did end up contacting Saint Laurent, which was part 2. And kind of in part 2, I described my contacting to Saint Laurent, their communication, or lack of in some cases. And that part 2 ended with me receiving a paid shipping label so that I could have sent this off to Saint Laurent. And now we are in part 3. I did send it over to Spain and they shipped it to Italy, where Saint Laurent has their repair center. And now I have it back. And to be more precise with the dates, I ended up shipping my bag to Saint Laurent in Spain on the 6th of May. And I received a message saying that my bag has arrived back to Finland, shipped by them on July 11th. So the whole shipping and repair process lasted a bit over 2 months, right? And that was for the strap. And maybe let's now have a look at what they actually did. So I have like before shots of all of the strap ends and the glazing, and basically it is just like coming off. It's getting broken pretty much. And they have repaired all of them. So all of the 4 sides they have repaired. I have made also like photos of before and after, so you can see that they have repaired it. So they did that. And also, if I've forgotten to mention earlier, I didn't need to pay anything. So they sent me the prepaid shipping label. I used that, and then they just shipped it over to me by another courier, and I just went and picked it up, pretty much. So considering the repair service, in a way, like, it worked. This went through to the 2-year guarantee, and the strap should not behave that way. So they also agreed with me that we could expect better quality with this bag within that time frame that I had it. And in the first 2 parts, I did go more in depth of what Saint Laurent wanted to see before they accepted this to be like part of their repair process. So proof of purchase, and then photos all around. So probably they also wanted to kind of check that if this is an authentic bag, or if I actually have bought it myself, or I don't know. That I handled with them. So from the time frame point of view, they did say that it could last 10 weeks or so. They did say that. But here comes the thing that I'm not like super impressed with their service. So all in all, when I first contacted Saint Laurent, their first response time was, I would say, fast. But after, when they've directed me to some place and there was someone examining my stuff, it took over a month before I heard anything. And I heard something only because I reached out again. So it's like, if I wouldn't have reached out, would they ever have come back to me? I don't know. But yeah, more dates in part 2 of this. But once they informed me that they would want me to ship this out, I printed the shipping label and I sent it off to them. And obviously I follow the tracking to see when they've reached it or received it and so on. And I heard nothing from them. Like, they did not confirm to me that they've received the bag. They didn't send me any information of how long I'm expected this to last, etc. So once I was kind of following the tracking, after a week of when I saw that they had received it, I messaged and asked, like, okay, just wanting to check up. Have you received the bag? And what is expected next? And the person replied like, yeah, we've already shipped it forward to Italy, to the repair center. So I sent this to Spain, if that wasn't very clear. And I was like, okay. And then that person said that it's like approximately 10 weeks that the repair will last. And then I heard nothing. And the next thing I heard from them was when FedEx informed me that there is a shipment coming my way the next day. So they did not inform me that the bag is ready. They did not inform me that they are going to send it to me. Nothing. FedEx just sent me a text message saying that there is a package arriving to me on the next day. And I was like, okay, I'm not at home. And it was like in July. July is a vacation month here in Finland. I know that in rest of the Europe it is mainly August, but here it is July. And I was like, I don't know, we had a lot of plans to not be at home. So that was like one other big hassle to kind of organize in a way that this went to a pickup point instead of them trying to deliver it. And then asking how long they can keep it there and all of that. But obviously that's not Saint Laurent's fault. In a way, it's not their fault. If they would have informed me that it's now ready and they're planning on shipping it over, maybe asked if I'm at home, or I don't know, might have been a different story. But as they didn't, it just came as a surprise to me, pretty much, that okay, now it's arriving. And I mean, maybe that is consistent with the way that they were communicating before I shipped it over and when they received the bag but didn't inform me. So this is kind of consistent to that. So why would they inform me that it's ready when they can just ship it, right? I don't know. Am I crazy to expect like some type of messaging in that sense? Like, this is an expensive item. Like, even though the shipping labels, they probably were like insured and such, but still, I'm not impressed. That's the whole truth of it. Like, I'm not impressed with their service quality. Like, obviously, how they have repaired the strap is amazing. Probably this is as good as new. So they did that, and it looks great. And actually, I shipped it over in a box. I didn't ship it over in a box, as I didn't get this bag with a box. I shipped it with the dust bag, and then they provided a box. Well, that's great. Now I have a box for it. And so like the repairing probably did their work, but then the kind of customer care relationship was lacking some. Or I don't know if I'm crazy. Like, probably if I would have had access to a Saint Laurent boutique, it probably would have been different, because then it would have been a store person being in contact with me instead of their aftercare service in Spain, just kind of like, I don't know, coordinating it somehow. But I'm still quite amazed that it ended up like that. I would have expected a bit more of consideration, just like pure and simple. For instance, with the shipping, just like letting me know it's ready so that I can expect it to arrive within the next few days or so. But of course, it's not their problem if I'm at home or not. Crazy me. But now we can kind of have a nice segue to the fact that I'm now planning on selling this. And it has a lot to do with this exact bag. And even though it's now repaired, like the strap is fine, I am so concerned that it will happen again. Because based on all the comments I have received on those 2 videos about this precise bag model, this happens a lot with these bags. So I don't think that this wouldn't happen again. I'm firmly believing that it would. And probably then they would not maybe repair without an extra fee. I don't know, but I do not want to be left guessing when that happens, that will I need to pay for it for myself or not. So unfortunately, I will be letting go of this bag. The whole process just put me off of this bag, but a tiny bit also of Saint Laurent, because this experience with their customer care, it didn't really leave me feeling very secure that if I would purchase some of their items and there would be some issue with it, like we're all human, these are made by human, it's like something can always happen. But it didn't really give me confidence in that they would actually take care of it properly. So I'm just like kind of over this bag now, which is such a shame, because even though this is now a bit over a year old, obviously, it was purchased in June 2021 and I got it in December of 2021. So I actually had it in my possession for like 3 months before I noticed it had issues. I haven't worn this that much. So I'm kind of like, I'm not happy, because I put a lot of thought and effort into finding a camera bag that would suit me, and I love the aesthetics of this. I love the chevron, I love the Saint Laurent logo, the size, this color is like There is so many things that I do love about this. But now I have like major question marks of the quality of this exact bag model, because the strap is, in my opinion, like too flimsy to carry this type of bag, and it's just like too narrow for this. So I'm not confident that the strap would last even now after it's been repaired. So no, this will be going to a new home when I actually have the energy of doing the whole sales process. So I don't really know what would be the ending words for this type of video. I love the aesthetics. I don't know if I can recommend the Lou camera bag by Saint Laurent. I have 2 other items that I still own that I could happily recommend. There is like, they are showing no signs of wear. So maybe it is only this bag model that has that. But if you are looking into this one, I would like really look closely into the strap, and the attachment of the strap and the glazing of the strap, because that seems to be an issue for this type of bag model. And also, just for you to realize, this doesn't bother me unless it would have the strap things, but this is a bag that will have a pointy top. So I'm not sure if it's visible, but it's kind of pointy, even though Saint Laurent stuffed this with some tissue paper and so on. So you can still see that it's not like flat, and it's not really even possible to get back to being flat. And if that would be the only thing, I would be fine, but it's not. But just something to consider, that this bag will get that pointy top. I would say rather fast. This was the part 3 and the final part of my Saint Laurent Lou camera bag quality issues saga or story. I don't really like to put out like negative reviews, but I also feel like it's good to be informed, and especially if you are considering like repair service with Saint Laurent, it might be better if you are in contact with someone else than the person I was, because it might also be very subjective on that person who just didn't feel the need to inform me. And that's about it. So that was the part 3 of this camera bag story. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.